I predict his MVP this year. Carmelo Anthony ramps up Victor Wembanyama hype with stunning projection. NBA legend Carmelo Anthony has just added fuel to one of the hottest conversations in basketball, the rise of Victor Wembanyama. In a bold statement that instantly went viral, Melo declared, "I predict his MVP this year." The comment sent shockwaves across the league, leaving fans and analysts debating whether the 20-year-old French phenom is truly ready to make that kind of leap in just his second season. Anthony's prediction came during a recent podcast appearance where the 10-time All-Star discussed the evolution of the NBA's new generation. When the topic turned to Wembanyama, Melo didn't hesitate to heap praise on the San Antonio Spurs' rising superstar. He called the 7'4" forward a once-in-a-lifetime player and compared his combination of size, agility, and skill to something we've never seen before. "I've been around this game long enough to see legends in the making," Carmelo said. "I'm telling you, this kid is different. I predict his MVP this year. And not 5 years from now, not later, this year." His tone was confident, almost prophetic, and fans immediately picked up on the magnitude of what he was saying. Coming from a player of Melo's stature, a former scoring champion and Olympic icon, that's not a statement made lightly. Carmelo's comments arrive at a fascinating moment in the NBA landscape. Wembanyama's rookie season was already historic. He averaged 21.4 points, 10.6 rebounds, 3.9 blocks, and showcased a level of dominance rarely seen from a first-year player. His ability to protect the rim, handle the ball, and stretch the floor made him one of the league's most complete young stars. Even legends like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Stephen Curry have praised his talent, calling him the future of the NBA. But for Melo to predict an MVP season in year 2, that's a whole new level of expectation. Since entering the league, Wembanyama has completely changed the conversation around what's possible for a big man in today's NBA. His mix of shot blocking, playmaking, and shooting touch has forced coaches to rethink defensive schemes. He's not just tall, he's skilled, poised, and deceptively smart for his age. He studies the game like a veteran and already carries himself with superstar confidence. Carmelo emphasized exactly that in his breakdown. "It's not just about his stats," he said. "It's his presence. You can feel him on both ends of the floor. The impact he has, it's not just physical. It's psychological. Players already go at him differently because they know what he's capable of." Wembanyama's off-season transformation has only added to the hype. Reports out of San Antonio indicate that his added muscle worked relentlessly on his footwork and has been perfecting his mid-range jumper, an area that Melo himself dominated throughout his career. That might explain why Carmelo feels such a connection to the young star. The former Nuggets and Knicks forward has always appreciated players who combine finesse with fearlessness, and Wemby fits that mold perfectly. "People forget, he's still just a kid," Anthony added. "But he carries himself like a vet. He wants the responsibility. That's rare. Most guys that age are still trying to find their place. Wemby's already trying to lead." Anthony's prediction has, unsurprisingly, divided the basketball community. Some fans agree wholeheartedly, saying Wembanyama has the tools to dominate both ends of the court and post numbers good enough to win MVP. Others are more cautious, arguing that the Spurs might not win enough games to make his case strong enough, since MVPs are usually awarded to players on top-tier teams. Still, history shows that rapid MVP ascents aren't impossible. Larry Bird won MVP in his second season. So did Wilt Chamberlain. And in recent years, players like Derrick Rose have claimed the award as young superstars who took the league by storm. If Wemby follows that path, he could join an elite club of legends who rose to the top faster than anyone expected. Even NBA insiders have started taking Melo's comments seriously. Analysts like Kendrick Perkins and JJ Redick have recently echoed similar sentiments, saying Wembanyama could be a dark horse MVP candidate if the Spurs make a playoff push. Redick, in particular, highlighted Wemby's ability to elevate his teammates. "He's not just blocking shots, he's changing how the Spurs play," Redick said. "He's making everyone better." That's the kind of influence that separates stars from MVPs. Another point that strengthens Wemby's MVP argument is how he's quickly become must-see TV. Every game he plays turns into a highlight reel, whether he's dunking from outside the restricted area, swatting shots into the stands, or draining step-back threes like a guard. The NBA has been marketing him as one of the new faces of the league, and fans can't get enough. His jersey sales are through the roof, his global fan base is exploding, and he's already become a role model for young players around the world. Carmelo knows a thing or two about that kind of pressure. Having been one of the most hyped prospects of his own generation, Coming out of Syracuse as a national champion and entering the NBA alongside LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, he understands the weight of expectation. "When I look at Wemby," Melo said, "I see a kid who's not running from the spotlight. He's embracing it. That's what separates good from great." Beyond the stats and skill, Melo emphasized Wembanyama's mindset, something he says reminds him of the all-time greats. "He's humble, but he's got that quiet confidence," Anthony noted. "You can tell he believes he belongs. And when you combine that belief with his talent, that's a dangerous mix." The Spurs organization, led by Greg Popovich, has also played a huge role in shaping Wemby's early success. Popovich has been careful to balance patience with expectation, allowing Wembanyama to grow at his own pace while still challenging him to lead. Melo acknowledged that dynamic too, saying, "Pop's the perfect coach for him. He knows how to let young stars develop without losing themselves in the hype." As the new NBA season unfolds, all eyes will be on San Antonio. Wembanyama's preseason performances have already turned heads, showing a more polished offensive arsenal and improved chemistry with his teammates. If he continues that trajectory, Melo's prediction might not be far-fetched after all. In the end, Carmelo's statement isn't just about basketball, it's about belief. It's a veteran recognizing greatness before the rest of the world fully catches on. When one of the game's greatest scorers looks at a young star and says, "I predict his MVP this year," it's not just hype, it's a passing of the torch. For Wembanyama, the challenge is clear: live up to the expectations, silence the doubters, and keep redefining what's possible on the basketball court. If he does that, Melo's bold projection might just become reality. And if it does, it would mark the beginning of a new era, one where Victor Wembanyama not only fulfills the promise of his talent but officially takes his place among the NBA elite.